Can you please describe what questions were asked? Can you describe what the definitions were and how you define that? And also, what was it that you used to just really kind of figure out exactly what his biases are?
Okay. You know, it's really difficult to determine people's biases, and that is part of what I'm looking for. But I need to make a very clear correction in terms of how this is being illustrated.
So you don't have a framework, just say that.
Yeah, do you not have a framework at all for how you determine if race was a factor or not?
Since we only have 30 minutes.
My clarification is that I didn't find evidence here that racially motivated bias.
How did you try to collect that evidence?
I don't collect the evidence. I only take the evidence that's given to me by the investigators, and I look at that evidence, and I'm looking for any indicators to me in there that might.
What would be the indicators?
If there was
do your investigators, are they the ones who know how to look for bias in instances where you have two young black men unarmed?
Okay, so.
Get shot. That's the question. I apologize. I won't speak again.
Yeah. Okay. So again, a clarification. Not my investigators. Okay, I need to be very clear. My role is to accept an investigation that is done, to review that, and to make decisions based on the investigation, the evidence that's presented to me.
So then, what were the indicators that you were looking for to show that there was or was not racial bias?
Basically anything that might lead itself to an inference like that, and but that's integrated into an overall analysis of is there anything that would give me indication of malice? Because bias, racial bias, is not part of the elements of the crime that I would be looking at or proving. What I'm really looking at is there malice? Now, if there was evidence of a racially motivated bias, that might in and of itself then be additional evidence to look at the ultimate question of malice. That's the question.
So there was no criterion for determining if this police officer had implicit bias. So then, how was it determined that race was not a factor? If there was no criterion, how did you then make the determination that race was not a factor?
My conclusion was that there's no evidence that race was a factor.
What does evidence look like?
It could be in the form of statements. It could be in the form of things said before or afterwards. I mean, that's really kind of the indication that I would be looking